Welcome to the Adobe Illustrator user interface. The following are the components you need to know about Illustrator's interface. First, this whole docked location here, this is called your application frame. It's movable, as you can see. It is also scalable. Now the first component, and the most important, is called your Tools panel. It's located here on the left. Your Tools panel contains all the tools you need to create and edit images. Related tools are located in the same section. If you click and hold, you can access them. Another thing about the Tools panel is that if you do not like the arrangement of the tools doubled up like this, you can click this double arrow, put it into a single column, click the double arrow again in order to double it up. Let's say I don't like the location of my Tools panel. I can click this dark bar, move it out, and now my Tools panel is located somewhere else. Let's say I'd like to place it back. I click on the dark bar again, drag, wait till I see a highlighted blue line, and then release my mouse. This will put my tool panel back into its location. Another component of the user interface is called your application bar. It is up here on the top where you see AI, access to Adobe Bridge, your arrangement of documents, and all the way to your right, your Workspace essentials, which we will get to at a later time in this video. Located underneath it is called your control panel. Now your control panel displays options for your currently selected tool. In Illustrator, it also displays options for a selected element. So this will change depending on what you have selected on your document or what tool you're using. It's really helpful because it allows you to access a lot of the things you may change on an element of your design really easily. It's just right up here instead of accessing panels. Now this whole location here where my document is open is called your document window. Right? It just shows you your current document you're working on. Up here are your document tabs. Let's say I had more than one document open. You would see it to the right of here, and you can flip through different documents. Now to your right is something called panels, which are very important in Illustrator. Panels are like small windows that display components that you may use often, such as your color. Now when I click on these little panels, right now I'm not getting a lot of options, but if I click this little drop down menu and click show options, now I can really see what I'm working with. The great thing about panels is that they are movable. They are dockable. If I click and drag, I can move this panel underneath this panel. I can move all these panels out here. I can put swatches with color, and now I can just swap through. Right? You can put them in groups. You can dock things underneath one another in order of preference. So if I know I'm using colors quite a bit, maybe I want that at the top, and I know I'm painting, maybe I want my brushes underneath. Now let's say I need to see my layers, I move them out, I accidentally exit out. Now I think I've lost my layers panel. The way you access all panels is under your window menu up here. If I click window, all of these things here are panels. All I have to do is click on the panel I need. So I want layers. You'll notice it popped up right here, and I can move my panel wherever I'd like. Now a few things to note about Illustrator. One is that I called this before your application frame. It keeps everything together. My panels, my toolbar, my application bar, and my control panel. Everything's located in one neat little package. But let's say I didn't like that setting. You can go up to a window, unclick application frame, and if you notice, now nothing is docked with each other. My window is free floating, and everything else allows me to see through to the back of my desktop. If I have other programs open or photos on my desktop, it allows me to see things pretty easily. Now if I click on my desktop, you'll notice everything else disappears. Illustrator is still open, but I can no longer see my tools panel or my panels on the right. In order to access them again, I would have to click on my window or on the icon. This is also a personal preference. I prefer to have everything in a neat little frame. It just makes it easier to move things around all at once. Another thing to note is that Illustrator can save your workspace. Now a workspace is your arrangement of panels and options. What if I spend quite a bit of time arranging my panels in the order I'd like, and then I have to exit Illustrator? Next time I open it, the order is going to be all over the place again. I can save this order so that no matter how many times I close Illustrator or open it, I can access this specific panel order. Now that is called your workspace. In order to save all this order of panels, I'm going to go up to the upper right hand corner of my applications bar. If you notice, there's quite a few different options. Your workspace for painting, your workspace for typography. And then I have an option called New Workspace. I can click on that, but I also want you to know there's a second place you can arrange your workspace, and it's up near your window. You go to Workspace, you have the same options here. So let's say I wanted to name this workspace. So I'm going to hit New Workspace, and I'm going to name this Morales Editing. Once I press OK, you'll notice that on the upper right hand corner, this is now called Morales Editing. Let's say I swap to another document where I was painting. I can click Painting, and if you notice, my panel's location and order has changed drastically, because with painting, color, swatches, and your brushes are more important. If I want to swap back, I can just click this drop down and go back to Morales Editing, and my panels are in the order I left them. For your activity today, I'd like you to access 8 panels. So you can go to Window, pick out 8 panels you think are somewhat interesting, arrange them in a specific order, and name them. Go to New Workspace. Now yours should be named full name, space dash space, workspace 1. After you've made your workspace of 8 panels, I'd like you to explore 3 tools from your tool panel that look interesting to you.